Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So in the last video we talked about equations and we talked about how the three rules of equation. Please review the previous video and also making the subject of formula. All right, so now we're going to talk about simultaneous equations. All right, the concept of simultaneous equation is a little bit interesting. So here we are having two or more algebraic equations, okay, that share variables. So for instance, x and y, all right? And they are called simultaneous because the equations are solved at the same time. Now that's the difference. Simultaneous at the same time. So we're solving both x and y. So we're both solving both equations at the same time, but they share the same what variables. So I'm going to just write it here so that it will be for those taking notes, okay? So simultaneous equations. So simultaneous equations are two or more variables. So that means the key here is that there are two or more, all right? And variables, or let's say two or more algebraic equation. That would be the best way to put it. Two or more algebraic, okay? Two or more algebraic equations. So, but this algebraic equation, what is common is that they share, all right? They share the same, or they share similar variables. They share the same variables. So they share variables. So that means in some cases they share, for example, you hear something like x and y. So that means this two equations, they share the same variables. So if, for instance, you hear something like 3x plus 2y is equal to 4, and x plus y is equal to 5, something like this. They share the same variables. So that means there are two, or it could be 3. It could be 3x plus y, okay, and that will give you any amount. So sorry, this 14, and this could give you something like 8. I don't know. I'm just putting random numbers. So these are simultaneous equations. But the key thing is that these equations have to be solved the same time. So that means these equations are solved the same time. So that's why they are called simultaneous equations, because they are solved, okay? It's because they are called simultaneous equation. So they are called simultaneous equation because they are solved the same time, okay? So they are solved at the same time. So we have simultaneous equation. There are two or more algebraic equations that share this, they share variables, all right? And they are simultaneous because they are solved at the same time. So what are we gonna do in this series? We're gonna talk about the types of simultaneous equation. So we're gonna talk about the types of simultaneous equation. There are basically two types. Okay, we have those with two variables. So those with two variables, these are one of the most common form of simultaneous. And we have those with three variables, all right? So I'm going to talk about each and every one of them in this video. So those with two variables and those with three variables. Now, with two variables, there are two ways of solving it. We have the substitution method. And we also have the elimination method, all right? Elimination method, all right? So, but the three variables still use the same substitution and elimination method, but there is also an extra step, but it's a little bit longer, but an extra step added to it where you have to cancel one of it. Don't worry, I'll talk about it, all right? So basically, there are types of simultaneous equation. We have those with two variables where you just have something like, let's say 3x plus 2y is equal to, let's say it's equal to 10. And we have x plus y is equal to, let's say 5. This is two variables. We only have x and we also have y. Now we have those with three variables where we have something like 3x plus 2y plus z is equal to, let's say 8, something like that. And we have x plus y plus z is equal to 6, something like this, okay? Something like this. So let's assume, so you can see in this case, I'm just making random numbers from my mind now. So it's not actually correct or so, but just emphasize that here we have two variables, while in this case we have three variables, x, y, and z, while here we only have x and y. So the way you solve this is going to be slightly different from the way you solve when you have three variables. So mostly, you will see most textbooks talk about the substitution and elimination method for the two variables, but I'm going to add the three variables here because for those that are going to be solving advanced algebra, you're going to have to use the three variables method in some cases. All right, so we're going to talk about both of them here. So what I'm going to do, the next video, I'm going to start with the two variables, discuss it. I'm going to start with the substitution, then go to the elimination. Then the last video for this, I'm going to talk about the three variables, all right? So I'm going to see you in the next video. We'll talk about the substitution method, using the substitution method to do for the two variables solving, all right? So I'm going to see you soon. All right, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any question, don't forget to put it in a comment or email me, and I will try and get back to you. Thank you very much.